Well, the Zurich exhibition was based on drawings, usually for any kind of work that I do, whether it's light work or other material generated work. I work on a kind of grid form. And I had never taken the grid form as the architectural housing of the work. So the Con series in Zurich were based on the grid, but the grid dissected and opened up so that you would physically open up certain planes of the grid and make them three-dimensional in another way, very much like how an architect designs space. And then two other series are in the selected works. A series of work that I made in America are freestanding light works. And I was trying to, since I do have an anthropological background and I was very interested in observing the structure of animals and bones, and also an attempt to try to understand the aspect of stance, of how we stand, how we move. And these particular pieces, the Herd series they're called, one of which was shown in Zurich called Buffalo, were really based on studying the stance of animals, the stance of man. Is sculpture now on four legs or on two legs or on one leg? And that's how this series began to be developed. And I had never made light pieces without the support of architecture. How the pieces were actually designed, the Con's pieces, were based on a graphed plotting of different lighting shapes. But the graph began to be opened up so that different planes of the graph became three-dimensional. And that allowed the gestural drawing in the Con's pieces to begin to open and close the picture plane in a very different way. And they were quite saturated in color and gesture too. The other series of work, which was never really shown, never shown in America and never shown in Zurich, are the elliptical pieces. And these pieces were based on the last section of video work that I was investigating, the transmissional aspects of television. And we think of the solar system, of how the ellipse works in rotating planets around the sun. And I had used glass before with light, and I wanted to use glass in its simplest form. And this small series of work was based on other works that were investigating the elliptical shape and transmission.